again, I'm Tiffany. I'm a 44-year-old solo hiker in Vermont, and the purpose of this channel is to highlight some of the beauty and terrain of the Long Trail. Today I'm at mile 202 headed northbound to the forehead of Mount Mansfield. I'm a little off the trail here at Butler Lodge, and from here there's 3 main routes you can take up to the forehead. They all have similar elevation gain and vary in grade from about 900 feet per mile to almost 1,500 feet per mile. The first one is the Wampahoofus Trail, and that is the shortest but steepest way. The second is to continue on the Long Trail, which it has some steep terrain as well, and has some ladders, which isn't the best if you are traveling with pets. And the third is the Forehead Bypass Trail, and that is good if there's bad weather, or if you have a fear of heights, or have your pets with you. Today I'm going to hike all 3, so hopefully this video will help you decide which route is best for you when you're doing your thru hike. Let's go! Head north of Butler Lodge to get on the blue-blazed Wampahoofus Trail. From here, it's 0.8 miles to the forehead. It's below freezing today, so I'm starting off wearing a puffy. I've got a non-cotton t-shirt as my first layer and a non-cotton long sleeve over that. I knew I'd get way too hot in pants, but I have some in my pack, along with wool leggings just in case. Here, past the Rock Garden Trail to continue on the Wampahoofus Trail. The Wampahoofus Trail will intersect with the Maple Ridge Trail, which will bring you to the forehead. At some point, I'm going to make a video about all the Mansfield side trails. With the trail being so wet and below freezing temps, this was a very slippery rock scramble. This is the part of the trail where you have to squeeze through a tight rock crevice, and the only way to pass this is to take your pack off. This is one of the more difficult rock scrambles. I'm only 5'1", so I had a hard time reaching anything to grab onto. It would be quite challenging with the 30+ pound pack on your back. Here you continue right on the Maple Ridge Trail to the Long Trail at the forehead. Made it to the forehead via the Wampahoofus Trail. Next up, the Long Trail north to the forehead. A tough scramble on this route too. Here's the first of many ladders where a dog will be unable to pass unless they are carried up. As you can see, if you are scared of heights, it's best to bypass this trail. All right, 2 routes down, 1 to go. Next, the Forehead Bypass Trail. The Forehead Bypass Trail is recommended in severe weather, but it is not without its challenges, as you will see shortly. Taking this route will bypass 0.3 miles of the Long Trail. This trail is 1.5 miles to connect back to the Long Trail, with an elevation gain of about 950 feet and a grade of about 900 feet per mile. To compare, the Wampahoofus Trail has a grade of about 1,500 feet per mile and the Long Trail about 1,000 feet per mile. Without the tough rock scrambles and ladders, this feels like a much easier ascent on the legs. The caveat here is that these rock slabs get increasingly steep and slippery. Thank you, Green Mountain Club, for these ropes. This is what it looks like going southbound on this trail. If there's a better method than the butt slide, please let me know. I knew it was going to be a sunny day without a cloud in the sky, but with the snow melting off the trees, I was getting soaked. Thankfully, I packed my rain jacket. It's always important to pack layers just in case. All right, I hiked all 3 routes to the forehead of Mount Mansfield, the Wampahoofus Trail, Long Trail North, and Forehead Bypass Trail. The Wampahoofus Trail was the shortest, steepest route. It had a couple spots where it was a little hard to rock scramble up, especially because I'm short, and I'm sure if you have your large backpacking backpack, it'd be a little more difficult. But that trail is the trail I would choose if I was through hiking. Like I said, it's the shortest, and there's just a few spots where it was hard to navigate. If you decide to stay on the Long Trail, that section has ladders, really steep sections, and parts where I was just really scared. So if you have a true fear of heights, or you're hiking alone and are just worried about your safety, I would probably bypass that section, especially with the ladders. I didn't see any way around those if you have your pet with you. And when deciding which way to go down the mountain southbound, I just did not want to do that section again. It was just too scary. The Forehead Bypass Trail going north is a great option if you have your pet or if you're scared of heights. It's pretty easy going. However, there are a lot of uphill rock slabs. They're super slick, and a couple spots where you have to use ropes to help go up. So to go down that section, there's no way I would want to go down that section, especially if it's wet. So again, I'm choosing to go down the Wampahoofus Trail southbound to get back onto the Long Trail south. I'm headed back down the mountain. If you have any questions about a specific section of trail, just leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.